those votes aren't counted or tabulated until after 7 p.m. on election night. I should note, and that was a good point, apologies, ballots that are postmarked today for election day can arrive in the registrar's office up till Friday at noon, and they can be counted. So there could be some additional ballots that arrive to the registrar's office in the next intervening days until Friday at noon. They will be added to the total of the election.
Just to clarify, I think that what we're trying to figure out is if a county chooses to, could they start with tabulating an in-person vote and then decide later on in the evening tonight if they're going to tabulate their mail-in and early in-person voting, or are they required to tabulate the mail-in and early voting first before they deal with the in-person election day voting?
So the question is, in what order are they required to tabulate the votes, whether it's early in-person, absentee voting, or election day? There is no requirement on the sequence of their reporting. I will say in my conversations, most localities will want to start tabulating their early in-person and their absentee by mail immediately after the polls close, and will continue to report election day results as they come in.
Can you just give us more of a sense of what the pre-processing entails, and you can put it in a scanner and put, what are they looking for, what are they able to sort of knock out ahead of time before election day?
Sure. The question is about the pre-processing process in general. So when a ballot arrives in the registrar's office, they're required to check it in. They check first to make sure that the ballot received came from a person who requested the ballot. They also check the information provided on the envelope to ensure that they have provided the necessary information for it to be counted. If it's missing information that would cause it to be rejected, they have 3 days to notify the voter that their ballot needs to be cured. That allows the voter to do a couple of things, whether it be request a replacement ballot, or perhaps come back in and cure the ballot, or they could cast a regular ballot in person. At that point, if the ballot has been accepted and everything is fine with it, it's locked up, it's sealed until this pre-processing meeting. And the pre-processing meeting is overseen by two election officials, at least two election officials, one representing each political party. They then, at that point, once again check the envelope. They open the envelope, remove the ballot, and then they'll run the ballot through the machine. Okay.
Do we have a chat day with the Wall Street Journal? Do we have Megan Pauley with UPM?
Yes, hi, I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I'm just hoping you can clarify, there are other localities where there have been delays in delivering absentee ballots, and if folks still haven't gotten the absentee ballot today, you would advise them to go in person to vote and then just throw away the ballot when it does arrive. There's been significant issues in the post office.
Yeah, excellent question. Thank you. The question was about, first, if we were aware of any other localities that had delays in mail, and then secondly, what to do if you requested a ballot but haven't received it yet. And so I'll answer the first one. We worked diligently with the post office to address any issues that we saw. As my understanding is that the post office has worked hard to address those issues. But the second part of the question is very important. So if your ballot has not been received by you, we encourage you to go to the polling place today, and you can let them know that you did not receive the ballot. You will be asked to cast a provisional ballot. The provisional ballot allows you to cast your ballot, and then during the canvass process, when the electoral board is meeting to consider provisional votes, they will check to make sure that your ballot has not been returned. And then at that point, your provisional vote will count. You can always follow up with the locality to get more information on how that process works for them. If you have received your ballot, but at this point it's too late for you to return it through the mail, to ensure that it gets on time. We encourage you to go to the polling place with your ballot in hand. You can turn it in. Then they will issue you a regular ballot that you can cast on the machines there in the polling place. So if any of those situations apply to you, you still have an opportunity to cast your ballot today.
Issues at the polling sites here in Central Virginia with the power outage. Do we know how long that was going on, that's going on? And for Henrico, do we know how many polling sites or machines are impacted by the dam? And you said poll workers are following protocol there, but what does that really mean?
Sure. The question about how long a power outage in Chesterfield County and then in Henrico with regard to the ballot machine scanners being jammed. So with Chesterfield, I believe the report came in around 9:30, 10 o'clock, and it's been prioritized. We work very closely with our partners to ensure that polling places are prioritized on Election Day. It may be up by now since we've been here. I know that it was Dominion crews were already out working. As far as Henrico, so if a machine is jammed like that and becomes inoperable temporarily, what happens is the ballots are collected still into a locked box, a monitored locked box, where they're kept until the machine is up and running, and then the election officers again will run the ballots through the machine, so everybody can be assured that their votes will be counted. It's a process that's pretty well ironed out, so we don't have too many concerns there. This kind of thing happened in 2018 without any incident as well.
We have Evan Watson with 13 News Now. Do we have Ketevan Gordistani with France 24? How about Jason Lang with Reuters? Do we have Barbara Britt with WMAL? And do we have a representative from WJLA?
Do we know how many of those scanners are experiencing jams in Henrico, or is there an estimate, like dozens, couple?
My understanding is at least two, but I don't have specifics on that, unfortunately, at this moment. It came in pretty late before the briefing. But the question being how many scanners may be affected in Henrico. And as I understand it, it's at least two precincts.
And can you just explain why localities would want to go through those mail-in ballots first and those early in person? Why would they want to do those before any more time consuming tonight, even though they've already pre-processed them?
The question being why would they want to go through early in person and absentee voting results first? I think it's just immediately after the polls close, the officers for those central absentee precincts are there, and they have the opportunity to go through and start tabulating those results. And the staff of the general registrar can be available to be receiving the results reports from their election day precincts. So it's really something, it's just there's no reason for them to hold off in most localities for those reasons.
Are you having any reports of people being turned away without having a valid driver's license? So, can you explain what's necessary to vote today?
So the question is, have anybody been turned away, or reports of anybody being turned away without a driver's license to vote? I'm not aware of any. And then your second part was what to do in that case?
Or what to do if you are?
So first of all, if at any point where you're turned away, please let us know. That's an important part. Second of all, everybody has a right to a provisional ballot. And so it's important that if for some reason you've been told that you're not able to cast a ballot, whatever that reason may be, please note you have the opportunity to request a provisional ballot and work with the locality after that point to determine if that ballot is able to be cast. Okay, well, thank you all very much, and look forward to seeing you at 8. Have a great day.